Hello everyone. So in previous session we have seen like agent can use multiple kind of tool like API tool, database tool, search tool, calculators and many more. So today we'll deep dive into custom LangChain tools. So I will show you how you can create LangChain tool and that tool will be connected with Postgre database. So I have created one small employee table in Postgre database. So it's employee table and it has ID, employee name, company and salary, and there are 14 records. So if I execute this query, you can see there are 14 records. So for building this LangChain tool, first we have to establish this Postgre database connection with our Python code. So so to connect this Python code, so to connect this Postgre database with our Python code, we have to use one library, and I already have some small code, so I'm using this. So this will simply connect with my local host, and it will basically doing select star from employees. Let's execute this. Yes. So it's taking one record. Yes. So it's taking all records and returning us. So I already have shown you like how you can create basic agents using LangChain. If you have not seen my previous video, you can watch that. So we have seen like how we can create one basic LangChain agent, and we have integrated this web search tool into our agent. So I'm copying this example. So for creating custom tools in LangChain, you have to import tools langchain dot tools, import tools. And first we have to create one basic function that will basically doing search in our Postgre database. So let me create one function, query database. I'm removing this extra code and putting this connection code here. Yes. So it's basically establishing this connection with Postgre, and we also replacing this query here, so it can dynamically execute any query. So this will be taking one query, it will be executing into Postgre database, and then it will returning us Postgre results. So let's store this into result and return this result. Now we don't need this search tool, so I'm commenting this, and basically I'm using this tool name and giving it to my agent, so my agent can access this. So in this tools array we can access multiple tools also. So let's say I have this query database tool, and if I want to use my search tool also, so I can add this here also. So now what will happen here, I will give some prompt to my agent. My agent will use LLM, and that LLM will generate some query, and my agent basically call this tool to execute this query, and it will basically again use LLM to give us final answer. So I'm changing this, and we will be testing some prompts here. So let's say from my Postgre database I want to know how many employees are there in my employee table, and I'm executing this. Yes. So first you can see this is our message like how many employees are there in employee table. Then basically it's calling to LLM, and basically and it's calling to tool, this query database tool, and our agent is giving final answer. There are 14 employee in employee table. So now if you want to see what query our agent is uh, executing here, so I will add one print statement here, and if I execute this again, so now this time it will print this query. Yes, so this query is generated by our agent. It's using LLM to generate this query, and basically it's calling our query database tool to execute and get final result for this particular query. And then our agent basically giving us final answer. There are 14 employee in employee table. So let's make our query little more complex. So let's ask how many employees having salary greater than 85K. Let's take 85K in employee table, having salary greater than 85,000. Now our agent doesn't know what are the columns present in our employee table, so we can add more information. Employee table has columns, uh, ID, employee name, employee name, company, and salary. Let's execute this and see how it works. Yes, so it has generated SQL. In if I execute this, so there are three, and if I take a star name of those, so there are three records: Kavita, Rahul, and Sneha. And if you see in our agent output, so it's basically taking our message, it's giving to LLM, then basically generating query, and then it using our query database tool. And finally, based on the tool output, it's saying there are three employee in employee table which having greater salary than 85,000. So now it's also possible if you want to call multiple tool from a single agent. So let's say we have multiple tool, we have one search tool, and we have this query database tool, and you want to use both. So I'm adding this search tool also, and let me rename search tool. Let's call it search tool, and I want to ask who is CEO of Tesla, and I execute this. It's basically going to LLM and deciding what tool it has to use, and then basically it's looking over the internet, and our agent is basically giving us a final message. Okay, CEO of Tesla is Elon Musk. So in this way you can create your custom tool that could be connecting with APIs or connecting with databases, and you can utilize some built-in tools in LangChain like table search we have used, and you can pass multiple tools to your agent. and you can pass these tools to your agent. And now, based on your user query, our agent will decide which tool it has to use. So it is taking both things. It is taking LLM and it is taking tools. So our agent will use LLM and tools, and it will give us final answer. So guys, hope you have enjoyed this session. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press bell notification to get more updates on my upcoming videos. And I have uploaded this code here. You can go into GitHub, Tapri AI, and then you will find this tutorial and this Jupyter Notebook link. Thank you.